Spring had sprung and Lynn was out in the garden doing some gardening. Over the winter, her and Jim had talked about moving house and agreed that they needed to do some work on the outside of the house to tidy it up and would look at moving in the summer. That day, when Lynn was weeding, she came across a weed with a lime green, bamboo-like stem speckled with purple and red with heart-shaped leaves. She knew it was a weed, as it certainly wasn't something that she'd planted the year before. She called Jim over to look at it with her, as it looked like this weed was spreading. As soon as Jim looked at the weed, he became concerned. He remembered talking to his brother David, who works in horticulture, a couple of years before, about a weed called Japanese Knotweed, and from what he could remember, the plant looked just like it. He remembers his brother saying that it's a very invasive weed. Because of its extensive roots, it can penetrate deep into the ground, damaging house foundations, drainage systems and walls. His brother had told him the best way to get rid of the weed is through using a professional contractor. He also remembered that his brother had said that this weed is so bad that some mortgage lenders refuse to give mortgages due to the weed's destructive behaviour. So Jim decided to take a photo of the weed to help identify it. Jim went online and found a local company to send the picture to see if they could identify it. Unfortunately, the weed control company confirmed that it is Japanese knotweed in Jim's garden. They quoted him to come to his house and destroy it safely. Jim was careful to check that the contractor was professionally qualified to do the task. He knew that this was very important to ensure a good job and to satisfy the lenders that the weed was really destroyed. The contractor visited, showed Jim that they were fully amenity assured and members of the Amenity Forum. Satisfied with their documents, Jim asked them to do the work. It was fairly costly, but without it, Jim would not have been able to sell his house. Invasive weeds need to be controlled, and this requires expertise and a very professional approach. Invasive weeds get their name because they are introduced into Britain from another environment. These weeds spread very quickly and outcompete our own native plants. Landowners and homeowners are responsible for preventing the spread of invasive weeds from their land. Did you know that it costs £6 million per year to control Japanese knotweed on the UK's road network, and that 9% of the rivers in England and Wales are infested with Japanese knotweed? For more information on invasive weeds or Amenity, please do get in touch. Email us on info@amenityforum.net or visit our website www.amenityforum.co.uk/getmoving. Amenity Forum, helping to get Britain moving.